Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another Sunday evening with me, the Reverend Riley-Paxton Chance. I am the leading founder and father of the Hopeshine Church of Polyspiritual Ministries. You can find us on Facebook or Hopeshine Church at GoDaddySites.com. I am excited to welcome all of the newcomers here tonight, and I'm very excited that you could join us. And of course, I would like to welcome back all of the returning visitors as well. I am so grateful that you have all stuck by me and for all of the support that I've been shown, and the great response that I've had has just blown me away. It's blown me away. It's been beautiful. So far, it's the start of a very beautiful journey, and I hope that we can continue on together. Tonight, I would like to discuss a bit more about the idea of the fact I touched upon it a bit last week in the idea that we are all part of the same source. And I would like to get a bit more further into detail on that tonight in my discussion titled that God is in all of us. So please be patient with me as I have my notes here that I will be referring to just for clarity purposes. And I hope that you're understanding and hope that you join in the discussion when it's all said and done. Love to hear your thoughts on all of this. So this is geared for those of you looking for your spiritual paths, looking for God, for Jesus, the truth, however you want to describe it. And I'm here to tell you that you don't need to look any further, because that truth, that source, that power, it's always been here. It's always been here. God isn't some elusive, malevolent, silent watcher looking down on us all in judgment and condemnation. He's here, right here, inside all of us, part of all of us. That great universal truth, that great divine light, that great power, whatever you want to call it, it's inside of us. It's part of all of us. It's that force inside all of us which drives us and drives us all to goodness, to mercy, to hope, to love and acceptance, all of these things, all good things. And it's that wash of compassion that comes over us, that little voice that whispers to show mercy, to feel mercy, and that song of love that sings inside of all of our souls, reaching out for each other, even in the darkest of times, even in the seemingly hopelessness that we've all been feeling in these more recent days. It's that light that reminds us to have faith, to have hope, and to take shelter in the light of each other and our love for one another. But I'd also like to reiterate that it's not like, that cliche devil and angel on your shoulder sort of spiel, because God is not an individual, and the devil is not an individual. They're also not separate. They're all the same, and they're all us. You are him, and he is you, and they are us, and we are them. And it's just this light that shines from all of us and shines inside all of us. And that light, that most glorious and beautiful of all lights, it's the very breath of life itself, of hope, of existence, of wanting to continue, and wanting to endure and survive and strive for something greater, something bigger. It's that very spark of life that shines from the soul and is the soul. That light is the soul. That that our very souls are made out of. And because of this, God can be seen through us each and every single day, at work, in our hearts, and our lives, in millions of different ways, both small and grand. Because with each outstretched hand of acceptance, of love, of compassion, of mercy, of giving, all of these things, that's a sign of that great universal light, that great power beyond, that divine, glorious love. And the idea of this ministry has been a flame inside of me that's been slowly burning for many, many years. And when I finally formed the basic design of what Polyspiritualism in my mind, in my heart, was, I've been rearing to go, but I just haven't known where to start. And it's such a different approach to the age-old concepts. And while I felt it, while I knew it as the truth, from the very depths of my soul, I also knew that I am far from having all of the answers. I'm not even close. So how can I sit here before all of you and preach with the absolute certainty on things that I myself, I'm still only learning? And that's the whole point. It's a journey. We're all in this together. Nobody has all of the answers all at once. And, I agonized for months that turned into years. And all the while, I was growing more and more uneasy and unsettled inside of myself, thinking and worrying about all of those lost and lonely, hurting souls out there, yearning and waiting, or worse, just giving up completely on all hope, giving up on the idea that they'll ever find their right path, their peace, their happiness. And then at last, it finally occurred to me that I don't need to have all of the answers, at least not all at once, because nobody has all of the answers. Because it's our search for the answers. It's our search for the divine itself, for the greater purpose, much like life itself. It isn't so much about the answers, but it's about the journey itself. And this journey to our spiritual truths inside each of us, much like that of self-discovery, is a never-ending, always an ever-growing, changing thing. It doesn't stand still, it doesn't stagnate or reach any ultimate, permanent, written-in-stone conclusion, as many other theologies would choose you to believe. I mean, think about it. Why would our paths to God, or to that universal divine truth, to that light, to our spiritual selves within the divine, be absolutely granted or denied based solely off of some strict boxed in idea, some set in stone design of beliefs, when we ourselves and the world around us, we're ever changing, ever evolving, ever growing? So why should we box ourselves into impossible and inflexible boxes when we ourselves are the complete opposite of that? Polyspiritualism takes a much different approach to the idea of worship and spirituality that every other religion currently invented by, abided by, and known to man. Instead of building boxes to then try to squeeze and conform ourselves into, we accept the idea that this path to God, to our spiritual awakening, is a journey, both a unique in some ways and shared in others journey. And because of this, we don't build any boxes here in this church. We don't chisel anything in stone. And instead of obsessing and worrying over fitting ourselves into these boxes, we discover ways together to not fit, but build our beliefs around that which molds and grows within all of us. And because of this, I realized that I don't need to know or have all of the answers to start. None of us do. If that were the case, then none of this would have ever been started. hardly anything worthwhile or meaningful ever would, because it isn't always about having all of the answers or even the end results or knowing about the end results. It's all about having the courage to just jump in and to have the faith in knowing that it will all be so worthwhile in the end. So on that note, I would like to thank you all for sitting through another one of my little ramblings. I would like to also once again invite everybody to come visit our Facebook page. It is simply Hopeshine Church of Polyspiritualism on Facebook. You can also find our website, and if you wish to donate to us on PayPal, you could find our website at hopeshinechurch@godaddysite.com. As we're just starting out, donations are very much needed and accepted. You can also learn much more about the basics there, other ways that you can help. If you are interested in becoming a member, if you're interested in anything like baptisms or being on our registered lists, you can find it all out there on hopeshinechurch@godaddysite.com. And if you enjoyed this evening, if you enjoyed any of these thoughts, please feel free to like and share, absolutely share these words with others. And be sure to subscribe and tune in next time. I will see you next week. Good night and God bless.